flesh, you are tight like a tiger.
Hey all, Hipper here. So yes, Tiger 59 is indeed tight like a tiger and not loose as a moose. And you heard it here first. No, in all seriousness guys, this is an excellent ship, and if you have the commanders high enough and you have the patience to learn it, it will reward you. But first, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment, of course. And as you know, I'm running an agile build on my cruisers, and this one is no exception. So I am using Tenant with the green McMurdoff guys here on top, but it really is just Tenant. Azure Lane Baltimore and Wave, and you know, all the usual agile perks here, all about speed and rudder. And on the ship we have aiming systems, and of course we have the rudder upgrade here in the slot. So get 3 of everything, which you will need, because this ship is all about utility and team support and destroyer support. And damage is really secondary, because you don't have many ways to do damage. You have your amazing amount of barrels, which comes up to a grand total of 4. 2 in front and 2 in the back. And you have 2 barrels in each turret. So yeah, they are the same guns as Minotaur, but like, it doesn't pump out quite the same damage, because you only have 4 barrels as opposed to Minotaur's 10. Of course, these guns here still really hurt, and especially if you get up close, where you can take advantage of the fact that your shells don't hang so long in the air, because it can be quite hard to hit anything in this ship beyond 10 kilometers, honestly. So that's also why I try to not brawl as much as I can in this ship here, but I try to get as close as I can, because that's where these guns here really count. Of course, from far away you can also easily citadel cruisers. It's just a matter of hitting them. That's more the problem, because you have some really high arcs, and it takes quite a while for your shells to get there. The best targets are the same as in Minotaur, which is, you know, lightly skinned cruisers, of course destroyers and carriers. And if you can farm some battleship superstructure, that's also a good thing to do. So here I am pushing right into the middle of the map, because I want to take control of this middle cap here, and then at the same time we're going to see if we can sink a few ships. And I mean, this is a little bit difficult, this Miyoko here, without HE, because you only have AP on this ship here. So once ships are angled like this, pretty much all you can do is just, you know, kind of hope that they will turn at some point. And I mean, I'm getting focused a little bit in here, but that's natural. I'm in the middle of the map, and everyone wants to keep me out of here, but that's fine. We finally get that Miyoko there, and that means the enemy is down 2 cruisers already. Of course, we can expect torpedoes from that Japanese cruiser, and since you don't have sonar on this ship here, that's, you know, pretty much its Achilles heel, because when you're in smoke, you are pretty vulnerable. So the middle cap is always the most difficult cap to get, and if you are a more experienced player, I think you should make it your priority to grab that cap, because it is the more difficult cap to get. And I mean, if you pull it off, then you know, put your team in an excellent situation like I have here. We have the mid cap, and we've totally taken control of the middle of this map here. The Reds are only down 2 ships, so there's absolutely no guarantee we're going to win this. And here I just caught a peek of my destroyer sitting in my smoke, and if there's something I don't like, that's it. I mean, I need the smoke. I only have, well, I have 10 kilometer concealment, or 11 kilometers. You have 4.5. So get out and spot for me. So I'm letting him know. Get out of my smoke. It's not for you. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The smoke is gone now, and that is the situation where you're in a bit of trouble in Tiger here. Because you need to know what goes around you before your smoke screen disappears. But right now it's not so much of a problem, because none of the battleships have pushed up on the sides, and that's my greatest fear always, because I always push in into the map, and then if battleships push up on the sides, and you know, whoever spawned over there, they just leave the flank, it just means that they have complete access to my broadside in most cases, and that's why I really don't like when people just leave their flanks. That's not happening over here at C though. I mean, the people over here, they're actually fighting for their cap. And over at A we have one cruiser that's about to be overrun by a battleship. So, I mean, nothing wrong in this battle here, people are doing their best. So, we have now secured the middle of the map, and as you can see, there's only 5 red ships left. We've lost 2 blues in the process here, but it's looking much better now. Now, the carrier is defending the sea cap really fiercely, and you can see the destroyer is not really having an easy time over there. It looks like he's been chased all the way out into the side of the map. The carrier is still looking for him, so I'm thinking, okay, we'll take this side first, and then we'll go to A after. You could say there's a destroyer at A, why don't you go over there? Well, there's also a battleship and a cruiser over at A, and there's less support over there. And you need to have support in Tiger, it's very important. This ship here can't do anything on its own, really. So even if people don't know they are supporting you, you have to make sure that they do. So that's why I picked this side of the map here. Because one, we need to get rid of that carrier there. He's a real problem, and he's actually also spotted. You see how the other carrier is actually spotting it, and wow, that is very rare that you get like good carrier players like that. So anyway, I don't have to worry so much about this carrier here in the cap because I have my smoke. And as you can see, I still have 2 smokes and 2 radars left. I've only used 1, and I try only using 1 at each cap. So I go into the cap, and now the planes are going down for a torp run, so we'll just stop, trick them. And at the same time we're in the cap, and that means that we can just smoke up here and pretty much call it a day. Because I suddenly got some battleship fire there, and that's something you don't want in Tiger 59, I promise you that. And look at how the carrier is still spotted, it's beautiful, so I can just sit here and I can cap and I can damage the carrier at the same time. And well, there's pretty much not a better setup for this in Tiger 59. This is what you want. And we'll just farm this Mutsu here as well. Like I said, battleship superstructures you can farm. And this guy is taking a blind, firing at me. Not many people do that. And, or it could be the battleship behind me, but I think it was at me. Not many people blind fire at cruisers in smoke, and you really should do that because you have a really good chance of hitting. It doesn't matter if you kill the cruiser. That's not the point. The point is that you reset the cruiser. Because I'm out on a limb here. I have a minute left where I have to finish this cap here. If I don't do that, my whole work is just wasted. You also see I just turned my AA off because I don't want that carrier to see exactly where I am. He can see it on my tracers easily enough already, and he did get me with one there, which was a little bit annoying, but that's okay. We finished capping before that. So that's what Tiger 59 does really well, you know. With an agile build here, you can get into the cap really quickly, and you can just simply set up a really nasty shop in there in your smoke, denying all destroyers access to the cap for as long as it takes you to actually cap. And then if you have support, that's a big if, but when you've then finished capping, you can just move on to the next cap. And if there's a destroyer in the other cap, well, too bad. I mean, you have, too bad for him, you have radar and everything, and here we use the agile build to simply dodge torpedoes. And we're going to take out this Seraph here because he's actually quite a bit of a threat. Of course, we need to get back to B, but it's worth taking a little bit of a detour here to get rid of this carrier, because we cannot have this carrier sitting here over on this flank by itself and just keep spotting everybody as he's doing. It's just a recipe for disaster. And the Tennessee pretty much just takes him out with one salvo. That was beautiful right there. But B is under attack, so I have to get back. And this is very similar to my other Tiger video, actually. You know, take the middle cap, and then you decide after that, okay, which cap is the better one to go to, and usually the least defended one. And then you go and you get that other cap, and then of course you have 2 caps. But then you will have to defend the middle cap, because usually the cap that you didn't go to is where the strong red force is. So that's what we're doing now. We're heading back into the B cap to try to get this cap here back before the enemies actually grab it. And I'm just radaring that Asashio there. It's a little bit early, but I really wanted to see if I couldn't reset him, and I was so close to denying him that cap there. That was yeah, very dissatisfying right there. And that's what I mean, like if you have to shoot at something far away in Tiger 59, you are in for a bit of a like a rough ride. And that destroyer was only 8 kilometers away. But you simply don't have enough shells to saturate the area, and the shells themselves are not accurate enough to actually hit a destroyer. But a cruiser, bigger target, so it works a little bit better. But we have to keep an eye on that battleship there. There's only a cruiser, a destroyer, and a battleship left. And as you can see, the battleship, he is moving in. He wants to take me out, and he's firing. But we need to get this Surrey here out of the way, because I need to have my flank clear. That's, you know, priority number 1. There's another incoming salvo. But if you just, you know, wiggle your little Agile cruiser here, then you can just trick those salvos completely. So we also have another bunch of torps coming here, and again, the British acceleration totally saves me there. So yep, if there ever was an Agile cruiser, and there ever was a cruiser where an Agile build works well on, well, this is certainly it. Stealth radar, also really good, but I run purely Agile build on this thing here, and I really love it. I mean, stuck, this ship is really slow at about 30 knots, but with an Agile build it goes 36, 37, and it helps a lot, especially when you try to get into the cap as quickly as possible, as I do. Alright, just battleship man here left, and there is no way I am going out from behind this island here, because my ingenious tells me that I am targeted, and I have a feeling that this New Mexico is going only for me. So that's why I'm staying here. I'm staying put. I'm making sure he can't cap, and we have 700 points, so there's really no danger. But I still don't want to give up a cap if I can, you know, not give it up. And right now I'm super safe. This Asashio is too far away, and I can keep teasing this New Mexico here all day, and as soon as someone either, you know, takes him off the map or puts him down to 1% health, I'm just gonna use my fast British acceleration to pop out and give him the last few shots. Because if you hit in the superstructure of a battleship, you can do 1000 damage per shell with Tiger if you're close enough. So it actually hurts a lot if you're not careful. So he's trying to flank me here, and I was just looking at his guns are pointing the other way. Let's just wait and see, and then you can see every turret is pointing this way, so he's just waiting for me to come out. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for someone to do that, and that's my cue. That's enough health that I can take away quite quickly, because normally I would just stay here and let the other guys finish him off, but I am one ship away from a Kraken, so I'm thinking, let's just chance it here, why not? And as you can see, he's turned his turret to face the other enemies, and that's the Kraken right there. Yeah, bit of a kill steal, I guess, but still, a Kraken is a Kraken. And we are number 1 on the leaderboard, so it's not like we've been sitting back doing nothing this game here. So that was an Agile Tiger 59 with the elusive Kraken. So hope you enjoyed, guys, and I'll see you out there.